back to another show for November. Are you guys excited? Christmas is coming. We're in New York City at the beautiful Meta Center, and it's not that cold, so we have to be happy about that. And guess what? Big treat for you guys. I have international superstar, entrepreneur, motivational speaker, Edward Munoz with us. Welcome.
My pleasure to be here. Excited.
I know, and he just spoke to the audience about lots of self-help tips and business coaching, and I definitely learned a lot, especially the part about you have to want it bad enough when you have specific goals and dreams. So can you elaborate a little bit on that, what you talked about for the people who were here?
Yeah, so today I shared a story, and there was an entrepreneur who was really struggling in his business, and he was trying to find a way to be successful. He worked 80 hours a week. He did everything he could to succeed, but it wasn't happening. So he saw that there was this other business owner in his neighborhood, and he was succeeding, and he had the same type of business, and he was making a lot of money, a few $100,000 a month.
Wow.
Right? Anybody who makes a few $100,000 a month can probably a little happier than someone who's owes a lot of money and is struggling. So he invited this guy to lunch, and I was talking about inviting successful people to lunch. So he invited him to lunch. When they got there, 2 weeks later, he waited for 2 weeks. When they finally got there, the guy, they started having a conversation, and right when he was about to give him some advice, he had an emergency phone call, he had to leave. And he says, wait a second, I want to give you some advice. He goes, I'm struggling. He goes, I'm just going to say one thing, 6 words, and if you take it to heart, it'll shift and turn everything around in your life. So then he told him the 6 words. It pissed him off. He was so upset he could barely sleep that night. But he started thinking about it, and those 6 words changed his life, became a multi-millionaire, and today he coaches people how to be multi-millionaires. The 6 words were, you don't want it bad enough. And he said to him, you don't want it bad enough. He got upset, but then he started thinking, wow, if I did want it bad enough, what would I be doing? Who would I be being? Who would I be calling? What actions would I be taking? Coming from that mindset, he got that burning desire to find a way to make it happen, and that was the beginning of all the successes he started attracting and creating.
Wow. So you have to want it bad enough. And part of that is conquering yourself. And guys, remember we had Bryan Ogilvie on the show with us. He's the author of How to Conquer Yourself, and he's actually here tonight, so I'm going to put him on the spot. So Bryan, come over here.
What's going on? Peace.
So, any question you want to... No, don't go. We're sitting there.
I'm here.
Okay, good. Any question you have for Edward?
Yeah, a couple
Because you were
actually.
Here and you...
Right, a couple actually. You gave a great presentation. It was filled with content, filled with advice, and it was very inspirational, very energizing. What do you think is one of the key ideas or key principles someone should take in terms of presenting themselves, whether they're giving a speech or maybe they're meeting a new client? When you're meeting someone new, when you want to make a good presentation, what are some of the keys you keep in mind, or what's one good tip you would give in that regard?
Okay, good. So, if you want to create a good impression, the first thing you have to do is shut off the internal dialogue. We have that little voice. I call it the complainer. I talked a lot about that today. The complainer is that little negative voice that's always judging, assessing, giving opinions, and evaluating. And many times you're not present. Senator Jesse Jackson once said, what the youth of America need is not our presence, but our presence. To be fully present in the conversation. Don't take a mental taxi to Hawaii, Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. Be present. Shut off your internal conversation. No, mostly your internal conversation is telling you that I'm interested in this. I'm wasting my time. It's not going to work out. I'll do it another day. I'm not prepared, etc. And it's chatting, and you listen to the conversation instead of being fully engaged, instead of being inspiring, instead of being present, instead of really making a difference over there instead of over here.
Very fascinating.
Wow.
Get out of your head and get into the conversation, be present, and give it all you got.
Perfect.
Love it.
Now,
oh my God.
Could you give the audience your book you wrote, The You Effect?
Yes.
And also what you're working on in the future. Could you share?
Okay, great. So I wrote a book called The You Effect, and you can go to www.theueffect.com, where it shows business owners and entrepreneurs how to launch a business from zero to millionaire.
Right.
Marketing, team building, basically what you need to do to create a successful business, wrapped up in a nutshell. Wow. And I'm working on a new book right now, And my new book is Rich Brother, Poor Brother, coming to a store near you.
Woo!
Thank you. Thank you.
Well,
Great
thank
point.
you so much, guys. Definitely go on that website. Can you tell us the website again?
Oh, well, that website was theueffect.com. But my website, my website is unleashyourchampion.com. And in Spanish, campeonesenaccion.com.
Wow,
Perfect.
awesome. So definitely, guys, check this out. And I have one more entrepreneur superstar who was also presenting tonight at the Meta Center. Gene, please join us.
Thank you.
How are you?
I am doing awesome, but getting better.
I like that.
Love it, love it. Yeah, so we were talking about what Edward shared with us. We have to want it bad enough.
Yes.
So can you kind of build also on that, around that, for people who own their own businesses or who want to make the transition from maybe the corporate field into following their true heart's dream and things like that? Because you've done it and you're succeeding at it. So we definitely want to know the secrets.
Well, the secret is it has to hurt bad enough.
Yeah.
That is a huge secret.
Right.
Your pain has to be so big. Because what I learned is we all have dreams, we all have ambitions, we all say, oh, we want to have a jet, cars, whatever, we want to travel, we want things, we want things, we want things. But if the pain isn't bad enough, we're not going to move.
Yes.
We're not going to. There's a very short anecdote that this man is running down the road, and he hears from the distance. He hears
A dog or a police siren?
a dog. Okay, fine.
Clarify.
It was a whining sound, and he runs next to this house and he sees this man sitting in a rocking chair, and there's a dog next to him, like. And he comes up to the man and says, "Why is your dog whining?" And the man goes, "Well, she's sitting in a nail." And then he goes, "Well, why doesn't she get up?" "It doesn't hurt bad enough." When it hurts bad enough, that's when we take the steps to do what it takes. That's what happened to me in my life.
Right.
I was bankrupt in a really bad stage after being on top, and it started hurting bad enough. And that's
Perfect.
and you got to find your pain.
Yes.
Wow.
Fascinating.
And any other way to circumvent that, like having to get to the
worst
very
possible
bottom?
state
Like,
before you get
and
motivated.
we tend to do that. We procrastinate. We wait till the last minute. Like something to help us circumvent that painful part.
Most people that are figured it out are there. Most people are there. If we all have different natural strengths, different natural abilities.
Right.
Some people have that. To me, it took me pain to feel the pain, to do that.
Yeah.
And it all comes, and it's good to be there. I mean, when I was down there, it didn't feel good, but looking back now, to see where I was, you learn so many lessons in life from that.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are afraid to fail. They're afraid of the pain. Live it, embrace it. You're going through it down. This is the time you learn. Because I got to tell you, when things are great in life and you're having fun, and we all deserve to have a lot of that, not too many lessons to be learned. You know, when you're sitting on the beach drinking a pina colada, you're not learning a lot of lessons. You're just chilling. But when we're down there, when we have the pain, is when we really start to learn, and when we learn about ourselves, and we learn what it's like to be on the bottom. And the people that are super successful, if you look at most people who are super successful, they've been down there. They've been
That's
down there.
fascinating, because I've actually read.
T. Harv Eker, I mean, you name it.
Jay-Z.
In The Millionaire Next Door, I think the author was Stanley. He says that most millionaires are self-made, meaning that they didn't inherit anything.
Right.
They actually created it within their own lifespan themselves.
Absolutely.
So that's fascinating.
Yeah.
Wow.
And again, if you ask anybody who's super, super successful, I can't think of a single person that wasn't down there at some point.
Very interesting.
That wasn't either living on the street or abused or bankrupt numerous times.
Yes.
For them to learn, because because I've been at the top without learning those lessons, and I lost it.
Right.
Because you really can't appreciate it.
Yes.
And when you're at the bottom, when you barely have enough money to pay the bills, when people are calling because they owe them money,
Right.
you learn a lot about yourself, and if you can come out of it, where you are, you appreciate a lot more, and you appreciate it at a different level. And there's nothing wrong with going through the pain.
Yeah.
Just get out of it at some point. Don't
Don't
swim there for too long.
Yeah.
There's a quote. There's nothing wrong with being broke. There is something wrong with being broke and not doing anything to change your situation.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a difference between being broke and poor. Poor is a state of mind.
Exactly.
Wow.
Broke is just shows your bank account. That's temporary.
Right.
That's easier to fix than your state of mind. That takes more work.
Oh my God! Thank you
Perfect
so much.
stuff.
But there's definitely so much more that we can learn from you. How can people get in contact with you or follow your coaching?
I am very basic. It's Gene Pomerants at facebook.com/Gene, GENEPOM. or you just search for Gene Pomerants on Facebook. I do most of my social media through Facebook. You can connect with me through Facebook. That's my tool. It's an easy one. It's a baby tool, but I like it.
Yeah, yep.
And it's GENEPOMERANTS. Just through Facebook.
Perfect.
Thank you
I'll add you
so
to that.
much. Boy, thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for stopping by. Thank you so much,
Pleasure.
Edward. Oh my God, guys, stay tuned. We'll be right back. Peace out.
Hey guys, we have a special surprise tonight. I asked Evelor to sing bachata for us. You see, I'm Dominican and I love bachata. Nosotros somos dominicanos y nos encanta la bachata. Y yo le pedí que por favor nos cante a nosotros un poquito de bachata. I asked, please, sing a little bachata for us. Let's see your rhythm. Let's feel your love. Share with your people. So let's hear Evelor.
All right, this one is called Solo Te Pido. It's a little snippet. Me compras todo lo que quiero, hasta me das de tu dinero. Piensas que eso es lo más importante para mí. No te das cuenta que te extraño, me muero por estar a tu lado. Siempre te vas temprano y regresas tarde. Aunque me das el caro del año y cosas que cuestan muy caros, solo te pido tu amor y tu corazón. Aunque me das tu dinero, yo quiero vivir a tu lado. Solo te pido tu amor.
Wow! Bravo! Excelente, excelente. Buen trabajo.
Thank you.
Wow, I met Evelor because she became famous on bachata.
Aw, thank
amazing.
you. Aw, thank you.
That's coming from a Dominican. We love bachata.
Aw.
And I thought for a second that you were Dominican. So
Thank you.
props to you, woman.
Thank you. So stay tuned, guys. We still have to do the angel reading, so stay tuned.
You
We'll
get
be right
angel
back.
readings, you get personal development, you got motivation, you get a little bit of
And you get
bachata.
bachata. Oh
You
my
never
God.
know what you're gonna get. But Evelor, until next time,
Yes.
bye-bye.
Edward Munoz.
Great, man.
Welcome back, guys. Oh my God, we're having so much fun in this video for November. So I'm gonna keep the angel card reading a little short. In the beginning of the month for November, the card that's coming up is from Goddess Athena, Inner Wisdom, and the card says, you know what to do. Trust your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. And this is in tandem with the first part of the video where we heard from Edward and Jean how they were motivating us to really want it bad enough, want our goals and our dreams bad enough. And this card coming up for the first part of November is right on key. Inner wisdom. Follow your calling, follow your dreams. It's all about taking appropriate actions coming from your inner guidance. There's a difference between being busy and working smart. So let's work on taking smart actions so that we manage our times and we're really hitting the key points to make our dreams come true before the year ends in a lot of different ways. So let's get to work. For the middle of November, we have the card Reward Yourself. And I'm gonna pick it up a little bit and say, it says, you've been giving a lot of yourself lately, and it's time for you to receive. This is for those of you who just go out of your way to help everybody and neglect yourself. Take a break and reward yourself, please. Make the time to reward yourself in a meaningful way. This balance of giving and receiving is essential to keeping your energy, mood, and motivation at a consistently high level. So, middle of November, and especially Thanksgiving is in November, so you think of, you know, celebration and things like that, but it's definitely gonna be a time for you to take a break and pay attention to yourself, what's going on in your inner being, and reward yourself. So treat yourself. It's all about you. Now, and I love that the card right underneath that, it says there's nothing to worry about. So I love the flow right now. Towards the end of November, we have the angel cards that says, stay optimistic about your love life. Woo! Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So for those of us who are single, so the task for the end of November is to make a dream board. So make a dream board of what you want to attract in your love life. Like I already know what I'm gonna put on my dream board. I want to put pictures of people, like a couple having dinner at my favorite restaurant, taking trips, pictures of trips, pictures of a couple meditating together. I'm very much into like tantra practices, so things like that. So for the end of November, if you want to attract your blue flame soulmate, make a dream board, and I'm also gonna do it too. So if you have any questions or comments, comment on the video below, or contact me on Facebook, Twitter, Evelor Savior, and we can do like a teamwork or, you know, accountability partner or something, so we can help each other manifest great love, great abundance, great health in our lives. So basically, keeping it short for November, beginning is following your inner wisdom. Towards the middle of the month, take time to reward yourself, and towards the end of November, preparing ourselves for Christmas, definitely work on yourself, releasing your past, so that you can attract the right soulmate into your life, so that by Christmas you're gonna have a beautiful time with your lovebird. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I love you. Questions, comments, ideas. I'm so grateful for Edward who stopped by, Jean and Brian. Thank you guys. Stay tuned. Evelor Savior. Happy life.